Hey folks, Coach Gav here again, back to talk to you a little bit more about the leader who had no title. So firstly, if you are a secondary school teacher, please do yourself and your students a favour and pick up a couple of these. Leave them in the library, leave them in your classroom, have the kids start to read them, because guess what? If I had read this book back when I was... Now firstly, I don't like going down this thought because I'm quite happy with where I am in life with all the highs and lows, because I've gone through what I went through on the right timeline. So as we mentioned before, we are exactly where we need to be based on everything we've done up until this point. So I appreciate this book and the lessons in it now more than I would have a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago when I was 14. So, but what I will say is I believe that the messages in this book will be very beneficial to people trying to negotiate that awkward teenage gap in life. I also think it's appropriate for anyone, for parents that are struggling. Real good book then as well. So there's another paragraph I just want to briefly read to you then as well. So this is kind of like another follow-up. I don't think this is going to become a regular thing where I do story time with all you guys, but again, me reading this and filming this and putting it up on Facebook, so we've 800 people following the page or whatever, that means 800 people in a numerically possible situation could see this video and could take that message. Realistically, will they? No. But look, if one person watches this and takes the message, then happy days. So let me find the paragraph first. Should have probably found that before I started the video. So it's going on to talk about comfort zones, and one of the phrases you'll often hear, especially if you're into fitness, is, kind of true growth lies outside your comfort zone. And yeah, that's true, it does. Here we are. So the majority of our society teaches us from a very young age that to feel uncomfortable is bad and wrong, and a sensation to be avoided at all costs. It's not. Embrace it. And so we play and stay small. We don't venture much beyond our regular routines and the activities where we feel safe and at home. But because we cling to the safe harbour of the known, we experience zero adventure. We fail to conquer new lands, and we never summit to our peak. Okay? So, it's easy for you to say that, Gav. You're doing this, you've gone through that. Yeah, it is. It's a little easier for me to advise. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to give advice having gone through what I've gone through, and it's by no means the worst deck of cards anyone's ever been dealt with. Again, we covered that in our marathon video the other day, but at the same time, it's as difficult for me as it is for you. So one of the comparisons we like to use here is we talk about school grades. So where I start and where you start could be massively apart, but that doesn't mean for both of us to grow to the next level on our ladder is any easier or any harder. Okay, it's all relative. Growth is challenging for everyone. Just where you're starting from when you do go to grow is different. So again, me reading that one paragraph about trying to change society isn't going to really change society. It might change one person, which could then change another person and change another person as time goes on. And that's mission accomplished, very much so. So, but again, we're just trying to, me telling you what to do with your life isn't really, it's never actually the case. It's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to kind of put a taster or a teaser out there in front of you for you to consider that if things aren't going to plan, then maybe it is time to reassess things or look at them differently then as well. Because oftentimes we can feel trapped, we can feel tunneled, we can feel cornered in, and we get those little horse blinkers on, and we can't see anything bar what's in the middle here. So if I even do this, even though I know I'm looking at the camera, I can only see that little bit in the middle. I realise that's a really weird visualization. Someone's probably going to screen capture that, and all of a sudden it becomes a meme. But what I'm saying here is that, until you remove the blinkers, you don't even have to remove them, you just need to make them a little bit wider. So if your track of vision is this, and all of a sudden you start viewing this as possibilities, you have so much more available and accessible to you. So again, to follow up on the follow-up of the previous video that we shot today, question the way you do things and then go about it. Alright guys, talk to you later, take it easy. Remember, The Leader Who Had No Title. It's a very easy read, it's not crazy heavy. It's a story in story form. You're following a character as you go along. Real easy read, 200 pages. Font is nice and big as well, so people like me, the slow readers. Good luck, bye.